Yeah, dude, listen, talk about the game of the year. And I will be one of the few to say that about damn time this Buffalo Bills team was on the winning side of the game of the every single time that something like this happens, it always ends in heartbreak. I feel like a lot of Bills fans had already accepted it once you saw the Ravens go up 40-25. Seeing the memes online, like showing the clock with 4 minutes left, 40-25, and then by the time it hit zero, Buffalo ended up winning 41-40. Absolutely insanity. Now, what happened was that you could see a shift, and this was pointed out, of course, with my buddy Kevin over on the Bills Roundtable. He pointed this out, and it really made sense. What happened was that Buffalo was basically trying to give them the Mahomes defensive game plan or the offensive game plan by trying to drain clock. Like, we wanted to drain clock and keep Lamar Jackson off field. Obviously, that wasn't work because, again, you have Derrick Henry, doing whatever he wanted to do out there. Same thing with Lamar. He couldn't stop anything. The statistics that they were able to put out collectively, I saw something earlier online. All teams that were able to accomplish that offensively were 277-1, and that one was Baltimore last. So what Buffalo had to do was that they ended up having to turn over to Josh Allen, have a put on the damn cape, and by God, he did it, right? When you asked him to make the plays, he made the plays. And the funny thing was this, right? So when I was watching the game, maybe it was just the frustration of watching this Ravens team score with ease, but very oftentimes I forgot, and sometimes I had to talk myself back to earth. There was a rare time where Buffalo was worse than one score away from Baltimore. Vast majority of the game, we were nipping at their heels, always 7 to 8 point differential. Soon as when I was ready to at least accept the fact, okay, we're losing, it's 0-1, whatever, we'll bounce back next week. Every single time this offense would come back and score and still be in the game. And shout out to the defense, because while the defense did get absolutely gashed, they did 40 points. Then again, this Baltimore Ravens defense on paper is the best defense in the NFL, and they let up 41 points. They let a quarterback throw for more yards than half of the NFL quarterbacks in a single quarter. So that's kind of how I look at it. But one thing I noticed different about this defense was during the key moments. We stopped this team 3 times in a row, forcing a punt, forcing a change of possession. We got that crazy fumble recovery from Ed Oliver. And make no mistake, again, this was mentioned on the Bills Roundtable. That was not a fumble by Derrick Henry. That was just a good play by Ed Oliver. He punched the shit out of that. And that was the reason why we were able to get that. And then Josh Allen, right? All things bounced the Buffalo Bills' way. That heads-up play by Keon Coleman right in the end zone, where it was clearly targeted towards Shakir, tipped at the line, and Keon Coleman still tracked the ball perfectly. He came up. Without that, we would have lost. If Josh Allen did not complete the pass before the half with 1 second left on the clock, we wouldn't have hit that field goal and we wouldn't be having this conversation. If Matt Prater, 41-year-old who was coaching his little kid's high school team just 2 weeks ago, didn't roll in and end up picking the game winner, so much went well for Buffalo, right? Everything that could have went good for Buffalo happened, and everything that could have went terrible for Baltimore happened. That's largely how it is. Hard fought game. Certainly a lot of things I hope Buffalo is able to improve on. But again, it's hard for me to walk away with a conclusion of our defense after this game, because we're literally going up against arguably the best offense in all of football. I'm pretty sure that they're going to be doing that to a lot of defenses all year. So next week, going into week 3, I think that that's where we start to get a final conclusion of what these defensive offseason moves look like. But a great win. Again, beef not so much with Ravens fans. The beef I had were the Bills fans calling me delusional, where I told you, I said, look, dude, until the clock hits 0, and if Buffalo is not down by 3 scores, stop telling me that you want Ken Dorsey back. All right? Stop telling me that
that's a real fan right there, brother.
Yeah, dude.
That's a real fan right there. You don't give up
listen,
until you're the final. There's 2 things. You don't give up until it's the final whistle, but if you're a Dolphins fan, you give up before kickoff.
Yeah. So really at the end of the day, man, I'm glad that we won. It has been a great day. It has been awesome. I've been watching highlights all day.
Oh, I'm sick of this.
So it's been solid, man. I wish that I didn't need to experience that roller coaster of blood pressure readings. But besides that, man, Solid win. I'm so proud of this team. Obi, thoughts?
You know, Dan, I obviously did pick the Ravens to win this game, and I was certainly back and forth. But I told you last week, and I'll say it again, I just felt like the Ravens are one of those teams that I feel like usually have the Bills number in the regular season, but you guys own them in the playoffs. It's no debate. Absolutely no debate that the Ravens are the second hardest opponent on your schedule. And to be fair, the first one is the Philadelphia Eagles. I wasn't sure if you guys were going to be able to stop Lamar, and I had questions on if it was going to take your offense a little bit of time. But Josh Allen was Josh Allen, and I can't believe this, but Josh Allen, by God, gets better with time. And it shocks me more and more every single year, but this guy is absolutely clutch and one of the best factors that make an all-time great quarterback. And we'll see if that's what Josh Allen can be, but I think if he plays long enough, he certainly can be, is that clutch factor. And he showed that in this game. He put the team on his back. He put on the cape. He became Superman. He never gave up. He kept his team motivated when by most teams would have checked out before the start of the fourth quarter. And that's what makes a great quarterback. I mean, even if you want to look at history, Josh Allen now has the most games in NFL history with 350 passing yards, 2 passing touchdowns, and 2 rushing touchdowns. The Ravens are the first team in NFL history to score more than 40 points and rush for over 235 and still lose. This game is won. You came back because of Josh Allen and Josh Allen only. You tried to get the run game going with James Cook and company. It didn't work out. Josh Allen, 30 yards on the ground on top of what he did, 394 in the air. He was your second leading rusher. The fact that you were down as much as you were, and he was the factor. He was the thing that won the Buffalo Bills this game, I think should make Bills fans feel very, very positive that if you can just upgrade the rest of your roster based off of what Josh Allen is giving you, you guys can be something special.
Yeah. Well, dude, you know what? And so I look at the rest of the schedule, and barring some absolute gaffe, and last year with the Buffalo Bills, with this coaching staff, like, we didn't lose games that we weren't supposed to lose, right? I'm genuinely looking at this schedule, and I don't see a game that really strikes fear like into me right up until Kansas City, and that's week 9. And I think we all know how we do against Kansas City, like during the regular season. So realistically, the one game that really scares me is Philadelphia, and that's week 17. Like, we have a cakewalk. Like, we might not. Like, me saying that we're gonna have 11 wins by week 10 might not sound so delusional, and that's why I think y'all are shaking in your boots in the chat, because oh my God, you might need to admit that Dan Mitchell knows ball.
Well, Dan, my feedback on the game is this, and I'll keep it short and sweet. If y'all win the next 2 weeks, y'all might go 16-1.
Yeah.
Luckily, they're not winning.
Yeah, if y'all win the next 2 weeks, y'all go 16-1 because, yeah, I mean, you got to get through the Eagles, obviously, and we'll wait to see that. But remember, the truth of the matter is the way y'all played last night, despite how it went down, I don't think that last week, y'all may not even be playing your starters against Philly, the way the schedule looks. So if you get through your division, you show that the Jets aren't there yet and the Miami isn't there yet, then I really, y'all are going to destroy the Chiefs in the regular season this year. They're just not, it's showing, and they're not ready for that. And I don't see anybody else. Now, y'all play Washington, right?
I don't believe we do. No.
We only
play the Eagles. So, like, we only play the first place team from the NFC.
We all play the NFC East, but one team.
Yeah, so we'll see. I don't want to be definitive on it until these next 2 weeks because we know Josh Allen, let's be honest, he threw a pick in that game, and he almost threw 2-3 more. They dropped him. I ain't forget about that.
Where's that on the stat sheet?
Yeah, this is true. But,
yeah.
No, I'll give the Bills right now props where it's due. They look, I mean, even though they got some luck at the end, they still, when it mattered most, they put their foot down and said 2 possessions, let's get it.
Yeah,
and against that team. So I'm gonna let that breathe this week, Dan. We'll see next week. Come on.
So Richard. I'm not even going to be upset about that. Like, hey, so there was some luck that was involved because like that was the Kansas City Chiefs' entire identity last year.
Yeah,
like games like we watched last night was the Kansas City Chiefs' identity, except for far less scoring. Richie, thoughts on the game?
Yeah, man. I mean, this game was crazy. I mean, I told the story. I fell asleep accidentally. It was a long day for my Jets Media Day event yesterday, and I'm on my couch. I had a big dinner, and I'm on my couch, and right after Keon Coleman got the touchdown, all I remember is waking up at like 6 a.m., and then I'm just like, the TV was still on blasting because I fell asleep on my couch. And then I check my phone and I see my friend group chats blowing up like, that was the best game ever. Whoa, I can't believe that. And I'm like, there's no way. So I immediately went to the ESPN app. I saw the score, 41-40. And I was just like, no way, bro. I was ready for us to all be 0-1. How? I missed it. And then I went back and rewatched it, man. And listen, it just goes to show you this is what happens when you're a great football team like the Buffalo Bills. You fight to the end. You make plays, winning plays. That's the difference. And I don't mean to, make a connection with the Jets, but the difference between the Jets losing to the Steelers is we did not make the winning plays with 5 minutes left, and the Buffalo Bills did. And that is what tells you if you're a good football team or not. And the Buffalo Bills forcing the fumble on Derrick Henry was massive. Henry did not choke the game. He did not. Could he have had a little bit more ball security there? Maybe, but no, that was a heck of a play by Oliver, who was a big-time piece of that defensive line that I think even Buffalo Bills fans got to start putting respect on his name.
Absolutely.
And Josh Allen also just turned into an absolute menace when he had to the most. Even when they missed the 2-point conversion to tie it, you're like, oh man, they could have almost had a comeback. But then the Ravens get 3 and out, and they get the job done. And I'm shocked that Baltimore did not go for it on that 4th down. They should have went for it, man. Absolutely.
So we found out about it. And this is actually a controversy. Turns out that Lamar was cramping and he didn't feel like he could do it. So they punted. He said that if he wasn't cramping, then he would have fought harder for John Harbaugh instead of going ahead.
Harbaugh wanted to go for it, and Lamar said, I'm cramping.
No. He said that he would have tried to convince Harbaugh to go for it at 4th and 3.
But Harbaugh wasn't going for it unless Lamar convinced him.
But here's the deal. On that 3rd down attempt, Ed Oliver rocked his shit. So the cameras did not show, was a total clean hit, but he sent him into the shadow realm. He got hit really, really hard. So yet again, another play by Ed Oliver that was just okay, Lamar didn't feel comfortable. I still didn't buy it though. How much energy does it take for you to hand the ball off to Derrick Henry? I'm pretty convinced Derrick Henry could have got 3 yards on 4th and 3. You know what I mean? And plus, he was just you know what? We trust our defense. It's the best defense in the league. And people are all sitting here being oh, Dan, why are you excited? And so your Buffalo Bills team let up 40 on the Ravens. Why did the Ravens let up 41? That Ravens team on the defensive side of the football was getting absolutely dominated. Yes, so the Ravens were doing whatever they wanted against the Buffalo Bills defense, but for the most part, guys, and so the Buffalo Bills offense was doing whatever the hell they wanted against the Baltimore Ravens defense all night long. All night long. I mean, it's a head scratcher why they didn't. But you know what? I'm glad they didn't, because now we're sitting here 1-0 with a smile on my face.
Congrats, Dan.
Well, yep. Congrats on the win.
I was thinking about you.
Ridiculous. I was ready to be 0-1 and forcing the Bills to go 0-2. Yeah. Instead, I'm worried that we're going to go 0-2. But we're not. And we'll save that for Wednesday night.